Ladies and gentlemen, the Premier League has released the new rules that will govern the 2026 stroke 2027 Premier League section. You know, every season they bring out new rules, but at the end of the day, they don't implement all of them, and it seems to be some clubs. It favors some clubs, and while others just get the disadvantage part of it. So we hope it will really be used, and everything will be fair this season. But let's go through the rules. Firstly, they said injured players must now stay off the pitch for at least 1 minute, up from 30 seconds. So if a player is injured, he needs to leave the pitch. I think we saw it during the World Cup. You need to leave the pitch for at least 1 minute. You need to leave. There's nothing like staying there and you are delaying the playing time. You need to be taken out if you know you are injured, because some of them do it to store time. So if you know you are injured, you need to leave the pitch for at least a minute to be attended to. Ladies and gentlemen, the Premier League has released the new rules for this season. They always do it every season. Let's hope this season own will be effective and be fair to every club. Let's get into it. At number one rule, they said injured players must now, stay off the pitch, leave the pitch for at least 1 minute. So if a player is injured, he needs to leave the pitch to be attended to off the pitch while the ball, the match goes on. We saw it happen during the World Cup. So there's nothing like you being there and pretending like you are injured and stalling time. It's not going to work this season. And number two is a 5 second countdown for throw-ins and goal kicks with the restart reversed if delayed. Come on, I think obviously they just brought in the World Cup rules. That's if you waste more than 5 seconds. 5 seconds. If you waste more than 5 seconds in doing your throw-ins, and the keeper wastes 5 seconds in goal kicks, playing at the ball, it will be reversed. So you have only 5 seconds. Arsenal, this is for you. You always like storing time. You'll be delaying time to do your throw-ins and every other thing. So everybody should take note. The third rule is substituted players have just 10 seconds to leave the field, or their replacement waits until the next stoppage. So you see, when you are being substituted, you need to leave the pitch within 10 seconds. This one is not you are winning 2-1 and you want to delay the time. They've substituted you. You are just, taking your time, walking majestically. It's not going to work. If not, your substitute that is coming in, we have to wait until when next the referee will ask for him to come in and replace you. So you have just 10 seconds. Another rule is a new VAR review specifically for clearly wrong second yellow cards resulting in a red. We saw this happen at the World Cup, whereby someone shouldn't have gotten a second yellow. Something that a decision that the referee got wrong, the VAR has to. The VAR now has power to review a second yellow card before the referee is the only person that has the power. If you are on a yellow and the referee feels like this tackle you did is a wrong tackle, he has the right to give you another yellow resulting to a red, and the VAR has nothing to do with that. They can't interfere. But right now the VAR has the right to review a second yellow card, be given to any player. If they find it wrong, it will be reversed. Do you get? Unless they see it and said, okay, we think this is what's a second yellow card. So now the VAR can interfere in yellow card, second yellow card that leads to red card. This is a good rule because we've seen the referees do it multiple times. Then another one is a trial requiring managers to nominate an outfield player to leave the pitch for a minute whenever play is stopped for a goalkeeper injury. So we saw this at the World Cup. If a goalkeeper is injured, they said one player has to leave the pitch. So if your goalkeeper is pretending like he's injured while he's not injured, trying to delay time, one of your player, the manager will nominate one player to leave the pitch also. So that would be two men down, and the match will carry on. The match, definitely, maybe, I don't know, will carry on or they will not carry, I don't know, but one of your player has to leave the pitch also. I don't know. I don't just understand this one seriously. So it means that if your goalkeeper is not injured, he should not form injury. That's just it. So this hydration break, they said, was not coming from the Summers World Cup. This is the ones that they are not bringing in these ones. Hydration break, there's nothing like hydration break in the Premier League. It's just, unless an injury, you can rush and get water and drink or something. VAR reviews for incorrectly, awarded corners, nothing like that. The red card protocol for players covering their mouths, it's not applicable in the Premier League. Nothing like you are covering your mouth and you're talking to someone and the person will now rush, oh, give him a red card. There is no, we don't do such in the Premier League. Yellow cards being reversed for mistaking identity or diving. VAR can only correct who was booked, not the decision itself. So if a yellow card is being given to, mistaking diving or identity, the VAR can only, correct who was booked, not the decision. So if a yellow card was shown and you feel like, no, it's not me, the VAR can just, review and say, okay, it's not him, this is the person, like not taking away the yellow card. I don't know whether you understand. The only one I don't understand is the manager nominating a player to leave the pitch whilst the goalkeeper is injured also. I don't know whether the match will carry on without the goalkeeper. It doesn't make sense. So I think it's just for you to know that you are wasting your time or something. I don't know. Anyways, these are the rules that they brought out. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Which one do you agree with? Which one do you think is really good and is going to help, this Premier League section? Let's go.